So this video, guys, we're going to be looking at how to use the body correctly, how we pivot, how we create energy in the golf swing. Super important, because when we're playing golf, we're not reacting to a ball coming at us, so we can't sort of react like in tennis. You're always moving. So with golf, we've got to create our own energy. It starts at the ground, works our way up. We've got to pivot around a central point if we can. The golf club is the fastest moving thing, so we've got to be able to generate the correct movements in order to fire that club at the ball with speed, sending the ball towards the target. Now, there's some really good tips and drills, again, all home-based stuff. We need to be able to create this really good rotational power. Plus, also, we need to have the stability, so we're using the ground, because when we're on the golf course, not everything's a perfectly flat lie. So you'll be working on this at home off perfect flat carpet or floor, whatever. But when you get out on the golf course, we need to be able to feel our body. We need to be able to rotate around that spot in order to keep our balance, which enables us to effectively strike the ball consistently. If you can get that ball strike more consistent, then suddenly your shots are going to be or your misses will be a lot closer. We don't want to be duffing it along the ground. We don't want to be sending it sideways. So really pay attention to this one and get stuck into this next lesson. We're looking at creating balance in our good posture, but we've also got to maintain that balance throughout the swing. Now, I've just got a bit of wood here. You can use a half a bit of cladding, sort of pipe cladding, just something that you can get your arches on. And we're looking at just getting a little bit of pressure on your toes here. So when we do this body rotation, we're looking at to try and keep some balance throughout your golf swing. So I'm just going to use these alignment rods, just put them over my shoulder. So once we're in good posture, so we've got good posture, got our balance, so can you turn to the top of your backswing and maintain this balance? If you find that you're flying off all over the place, it means you're not working efficiently. So the body is basically rotating back in your backswing. This is what we're trying to create, is a lengthening of your right side in that as you turn away from the ball. If you struggle with getting that over your shoulders, you can just place it across your chest, and we're looking to create some turn here. So if I turn and faced you, we're looking at creating trying to get these shoulders, or the pointy end here, pointing down towards the ball, if not slightly behind it, whilst maintaining this perfect balance. And what you'll find is, pressure-wise in your feet, the weight will shift, or the pressure will shift into your right heel and the big toe, the ball of your big toe on your front foot there. So we're winding up, although my centre mass, my balance is actually still 50-50. I'm not left side, definitely not right side. All right, nice and centred, just winding up. So the main thing is, can we pivot and keep our spine angle maintained throughout that backswing, and then back to impact. So you can just practice this now. So wind up, come back down again. See if you can really maintain that balance. Now, a really good way, because we want to keep our head still as well throughout this swing. So how do we know if we've got our head still? So I've just got a straw here. I'm just going to pop it in my mouth. You can use a pen, whatever. And if I'm going to put our paper ball here, so we've got a little focus point. So straw in the mouth. And what we're looking to do is see if there's any head movement while we're doing this. So basically, we're trying to rotate shoulders whilst keeping our head in pretty much the same place. So if I put the straw in the mouth, take my position, so moves a teeny little bit, okay, but what I don't want to see is this movement off the ball. Now it's over here somewhere. We don't want to see that. So nice and centered, turn back to impact. Okay, so although your head's not completely stable, it's going where your body's going, but if your body goes this way, your head's going to go with it. So we've got to really keep that nice and centered. So let's have a few sort of drills that we can do using the wall. Okay, so a really good way to get a feel for this centered head position. Simply use a wall, door jam's even better, but what we're going to do is gently get into posture and gently place your head on the wall, and then can you make these turns whilst keeping your head in this same position. Super simple. See if you can add more rotation. You might find, for those of you who are a little bit stiffer and you're struggling to actually get enough turn, because what we don't want to do is sacrifice turn by going, well, I can do it if I throw my body off balance. Okay, that's what we don't want to do. If you are restricted in how far you can turn, in order to keep this consistency, that's what we need to maintain to get that ball back on the club. Rather than go, well, we can get it up here, let's just swing it shorter. Work on some flexibility exercises at home that will help you actually turn more. But a simple little trick if you struggle to get into your top of your backswing. If you actually drop your right foot back slightly, it actually gets your hip a bit further out of the way, so you can actually turn your hips more, which will create a little bit more rotation on the way back. So let's just do that for you. So I'm going to drop that back. Suddenly, oh, okay, now I can move a lot further. Okay, so have a play around with it. Ideally, we want to be square on if we can, but if it does mean you can drop it back a little bit, I don't mind that too much, and then you're going to struggle on the way down to get any follow through. So just a smidgen if you're going to, a few inches, but the main thing, head centered, can you turn? The other way to do it is to get into our posture where we had it before. So your bum's just lightly touching, arms hanging, hands across your shoulders. So when you pivot, basically what you're feeling is your right glute is going to slide towards the target. So basically your right glute's going behind you. Okay, so you'll feel your right bum just slide across the wall slightly, adding a little bit more pressure than when you were at the start. All right, so just work on these feels. Everything is designed to keep you really centered, so when you actually fire on your downswing, you've got a stable position rather than being too far over this side, then you can't get back, and chances are you're going to hit loads of fat shots, a lot of top shots. So work on that one, and we'll see you in the next video.